6 weeks ago, I reported Disney had financial troubles as much of their massive empire was struggling to meet earnings expectations and revenue increases, and all of this was attributable to their integration of wokeness into basically every project. Movies, shows, theme parks, products, etc., all this stuff they produce. At that point, after the second quarter had ended, Disney had lost millions of dollars and millions of customers and subscribers, which they, for some reason, blamed on excessive streaming content. Well, we knew the real reason, and now, after the third financial quarter has elapsed, Disney's revenue is down again. Reuters is reporting, Walt Disney CEO Bob Iger told investors the company will, quote, quiet the noise in a culture war that has pitted social conservatives against the global media and entertainment conglomerate, according to an analyst note on Wednesday. Iger's brief statement included an analyst report from Needham media analyst Laura Martin, was part of an investor's presentation on Tuesday at Walt Disney World Resort in Orlando, Florida. Disney is struggling to make its streaming business profitable, improve the quality of its films, position its flagship sports brand, ESPN, to stream directly to customers, and potentially shed its television networks. The entertainment company was thrust at the center of the nation's culture wars in 2022 when it publicly criticized Florida legislation restricting classroom discussion of sexual orientation and gender identity. Governor Ron DeSantis responded by campaigning against woke Disney and working with the state legislature to strip it of self-governing authority over the parks. Iger's remarks about its content appear to mirror those he made at the company's annual shareholder meeting in April. At that time, Iger was responding to an investor who said the company was becoming too concerned with social issues. This is what he said. Our primary mission needs to be to entertain and to have a positive impact on the world. Iger said at the time, I'm very serious about that. It should not be agenda-driven. In other words, we were right, and what we are doing is working. Now, this realization is finally starting to make its way through the media that conservatives have the power of the economic purse because we comprise the majority of the populace. Just watch the faces of these CNBC anchors as they describe the situation.
Time now for the Executive Edge. Disney CEO Bob Iger is vowing to quiet the noise around the culture war that has pitted the company against political leaders. That's according to a presentation by Iger to analysts that was reported by Needham. The company has been embroiled in a battle with Florida and its governor, Ron DeSantis, over the state's rules on schools teaching sexual orientation and gender. That battle has grown into a fight over Disney's development of property around its Florida theme park. And it's been something that I don't think either side has fared very well with.
I think
at least on a national level.
We were talking about that. It's a lose-lose. It looks like, because there's a lot of things that go into whether a candidate gains traction, and obviously that it's been well reported that Governor DeSantis has fallen in a lot of the polls, and is
Disney stock is down too.
And Disney stock for a lot of reasons, but this probably doesn't. And that looks to me like kind of not a retreat, but certainly saying you're not going to be out in front.
Yeah, it sounds like it. If you can quiet things down, if you can get out of that, I don't think any company wants to be embroiled in the middle of it. And in fairness, some of this started, or all of it started before Iger came back. It probably would have been handled differently originally had he been there. But it's been a tricky situation, and both sides have amped things up to such
honestly, I don't
levels.
just tie it to the part of the stuff with Chapek and DeSantis. I tie it to almost some of the backlash to just how woke Disney is across the board in a lot of different ways.
Probably a fair statement.
You look at, that's what I said. What are they going to have at the theme parks? All their old characters are canceled. And, well, maybe now with the strike being settled, they can get some new characters. But I don't know. Nobody's perfect. We can't erase everything that's happened in the past.
No, and look, if you're trying to calm down the noise around a political situation, that's something you can control versus a lot of things you can't.
Right. no more comments on it. I don't know. I think they've,
As a Christian, there's nothing wrong. In fact, there is everything good about swearing allegiance to the American flag. Now, why is that? Because of the virtues for which the flag flies. It speaks to our providential founding and has been for nearly 200 years a symbol of freedom to those who seek it. Now, you can fly the American flag with pride from your front porch or out in the front yard. You can even hang one on a wall in the house, the garage, the office, or wherever you wish. I recommend that you get a flag that will last and withstand the weather throughout the seasonal changes of the year. So check out the supplies at Allegiance Flags. Check the link in the show notes or head over to wethefreeshow.com for more. Military and first responders get 10% off all orders.